what's up? It's Kit. Time for another video. We're continuing our series with the micro jigs and rigging, and I'm going to show you one of my favorites. Okay, my all-time favorites right here. This is a 15-gram Koika. There's no 10-gram of these, which I really wished we had, because the 15 is it when it comes to LSJ here in the UAE. For slow jigs, this is practically the pinnacle. And I've used this on boats as well, and they work really well. There's no 10-gram version. The smallest one is the 15. And then the 20 is kind of like the all-around size. Unfortunately, this was discontinued some time ago, so very difficult to get them. I do have a very healthy supply of these for myself, and if need be, I'd be able to produce these. Wink, wink. So, yeah, for my own consumption, I don't sell these things, but it is fun. Also, a different type of fun creating. All right, so for this particular jig, we will be rigging them with JF 41s. This is size 10. Okay, so quite tiny, but this is also the size that I got in trouble with. Got stuck with this particular size and this particular hook so many times, and yeah, it wasn't pleasant at all. You don't feel it. You just go like, what the heck is that? And then, yeah. Anyway, for you guys that are new to the channel, thank you very much for clicking on this video. This channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And today, we're tying an assist hook for this 15-gram Storm Koika. And kind of a debate happening in my brain right now on how I'm supposed to rig this. Very first thing here is I'm gonna take this split ring off, because this does not belong here. Split ring's kind of too big for this jig, so we'll correct that. And also, since we have the hooks, we have to decide on whether we will put two singles back to back, or we're just gonna put two up front. Now, for slow jigging in this size, it's actually much better to be very conservative and just put two hooks, because putting 4 hooks on this one, I mean, I have a video of me having 4 hooks on something like this, and it should be in one of the past videos. But the problem really when you're doing that is that when you're fishing somewhere where there are snags, even just weeds, the hooks would uncannily find each and every single place it can possibly snag. Okay? And miraculously miss fish. It'll find the snags, but it'll miss the fish. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. We are going to put flash on this, okay? And it's one of those that require a little bit of finesse, because these things are so tiny, and putting them on a vise is actually quite difficult. And sometimes when you put them in the vise, they tend to jump out. So be very, very careful. You don't want to lose this in your room, especially where when you're barefoot and all that. Now, as I mentioned before, these things actually are kind of dangerous. You don't feel anything. It just goes in, and you just feel like, oh, what is this? And then before you know it, ouch. So not cool. Okay, so we're going to use a piece of braid here, and we are going to make an overhand knot. Actually, you know what? Um, let us do it where we actually pierce through the braid. Okay, we do that. That way, we have some sort of security for slippage. Okay, so we're doing this. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and we're also gonna put flash. Okay, so go like that. You can see that. We'll cut a length because we're not gonna be using all of it, but just to make things easier to manage when we're tying. Okay, so I will just kind of spiral thing. Okay, once you have everything in position, you take your flash, which hopefully you have prepared long before you reach this step. Okay, and then just fold it. Okay, like so. Put it there, and you can bind things and tighten at the same time so that it secures not just the braid but the flash as well. Well, not the, I meant the cord. And you're securing it with braid. I have an injury on my thumb, so I'm trying hard to actually it hurts actually. Oh, crap. Okay, if that happens, don't worry. See the this one, it hit the point, so just wrap. Okay, and make sure this is actually centered. You don't want that to. Okay, there we go. So just make sure that you're securing the tag end so that it doesn't move. Okay, there we go. Now we could just go ahead and tighten everything so that it will not move. So for this particular one, we have flash here, and we will trim it so that everything is squared off. Okay, tying the flash on this side will help with snags. So it will flip the hooks over, and then it will make them drop hook point up so that it will not hit the bottom. Obviously, if it's pointing down and it's hitting the bottom, and that's when you snag. So okay, now you can see there. Okay, that's how it looks like. Tag end, no issues. Just flame, touch it like that, and that's good and done. Now you just epoxy or you super glue, and you're good to go. Okay, now we'll deal with the other one, but before that we do our measurements so that we know where to. Okay, so we want to insert the hook there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, this is how I got in trouble before. Okay, see, this is hanging, and while I was turning, boom, got snagged. So I smartened up. Tape, very, very useful. Might be difficult for this for this instance here. Might be difficult, but we will manage. The dogs are playing. Okay, so we will fold it like so that it's away from us, and we tape that like so, just to cover and position. There we are. And what happens is that it's covered, and even if we hit it like so, we're not going to get in trouble. Also, this is a bit too long, and we will actually, you know what, let us do this first like that. Okay, that way it's easier for us to tie it up, and then we can secure it. And after we secured it, we would be able to put the flash, and it should be okay. There we go, like so. We cut here. Bang, just like that, clean as a whistle. And then we can go back to the front like so, and then we can flip it around. Obviously, it would have been easier if we had a rotary vise, but we don't have. So, well, we're not using one. We have one. We're not using it. Okay. Again, we take 3 strands. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pull it as close as we can. Cut the tag. Double it over. So that makes 6. Like so. Okay. Then we fold over to make a dozen. And as you can see, it kind of looks sparse. Okay, there we go. Now we can concentrate on really singeing this down. You see how fast I'm going? That's what got me in trouble before, and boy, it was painful. It wasn't fun. Okay, see, there we go. So you can't go fast if it's not covered. If it's covered, you can go fast because the hook point is also pointing away from you, so it helps. All right, so now that that's secured, okay, we can do our closing. There we go. Use the back of your scissors to or the handle. Okay, now there's very little trimming. There we go. That's it. Okay, now peel this off. We could put a solid ring, and we can mount it on the jig. So there we go. Have to look for an appropriate sized solid ring. We don't have a split ring as well, so we will look for an appropriate sized one, which is that right there. And we're changing it to a load bearing split ring. Now the split ring that I'm using is actually quite good, and I've caught tuna on that split ring, or that size split ring. and so we know it works. And then we have a solid ring to go with it right here. Okay, now all that's left is to really put the solid ring, which, as you know, is quite challenging sometimes. Okay, so do that, twist, geez. Okay, so wrap over, twist, pull to one side, twist, go over again, like so. Alright, we have it, ladies and gentlemen, we have it. Now, most important thing is to put both of the hooks in one of these posts here before we pull everything as such. Okay, there we go. That is it. Now, when we put this here, you'll find that it's actually covering about just past half of the jig, like so. Okay, and that is perfect. That is perfect. That's what you want. Actually speeding through this thing, huh? Alrighty, so we have a much smaller load-bearing split ring, and this thing's already trying to hook me. Now, there's a bit of a note for this, okay? Because it's so tiny, it's very difficult to find solid rings for this. So I usually put a swivel, a small swivel, which we have a lot of, you know. It's actually easier to find swivels that are tiny than finding a appropriate sized solid ring. So I usually just put a swivel. This is buried here. I think I have some in that box actually. No. I ran out of the tiny ones as well. But they were like this. They were literally like this. So, tiny versions of this. And they're not bad. What you could also do is use a snap, an appropriate sized snap. So, that kind of snaps onto here. Right here, it snaps onto there. And, okay, hold on. I'm not liking this. Okay. Have to fix it. There you go. So now they're facing each other, and plus, when this is actually going down, they will position themselves. Now, this is what I do, okay? So, see that? I put all the strands to the side right there, and then I do the same for the other one. See? And what happens with that, this is a very big tip, guys. I hope you're listening. what happens there is that it allows these hooks to fall in that position. Okay, so they're gonna go like that and like that, instead of twisting the hook and forcing them in the upright position. The flash actually is on one side, the upper side, and that's it. Okay, so just a close-up so you guys can see. It's not at the back of the hook. Okay, this is the side that lays flat, and it's all there. Okay, same as this, so that when you're working this, okay, the hooks actually go up and down instead of twisting and having the hook eye like that, or the hook point like that. So they're constantly going to be and also they're constantly working in the position where they should be. And also when you're working this, especially when you're hitting the bottom, they will have a delay in going down. Okay, obviously this needs to be super glued, all of these, but after that it is ready to be used. Alrighty, so if you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. If you want to learn more and you haven't yet, click on that subscribe button. And of course, if you want your friends to learn with you, click on that share. Share this video, share the channel. And then it's a win-win situation for everyone. But for this video, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.